ask yourself the following question. Who are your 3 biggest competitors? That was an easy one, I hope. Now a little bit more complicated question. Why are these 3 competitors better than you are? It's probably a question you never asked yourself. Guess what? Some companies in the past made the same mistake. We all heard the story about Blockbuster. They had the chance to buy Netflix. They even had a second time to buy Netflix. They didn't do it. Guess which company is worth $194 billion at the moment? Today we are in the Netherlands. It's beautiful weather. We chose a very nice spot. Actually, I chose it myself. It's because of the boats. I love them. I love them, really. My name is Martijn Schaap. Schaap means in Dutch sheep. Do not confuse it with sheep because that's something completely different. And for those who know me are thinking to themselves, why is he speaking in English? It's very simple. We want to provide our videos to the whole wide world. And we had 2 choices to make. Shall we learn the rest of the world Dutch? Or shall we speak English? Well, it was English, of course. Beating the competition. 3 tips. Why should you follow the steps of your competitors? I know, you've got an amazing strategy. You've got a big, hilarious goal. You made fantastic plans. Do you have 100% market share? The answer? Probably no. The reason? You've got competition. They also have a big, hilarious goal. They also have an amazing strategy. They made fantastic plans. That's the reason why you should follow the steps of your competitors. If you don't know what they're up to, you will be crushed in the battlefield. So make sure you ask questions to yourself like, what are they doing? Why are they so special? What is their competitive edge? Why is it that customers like them? What is it that they actually solve for the customer? What's their customer journey? If you can't answer these questions, you're gonna lose. To become the best version of yourself, it requires one important thing. That's feed forward. Now, you probably think feed forward, feedback, that's all the same. It's not. There's a huge difference between those. If you do feedback, basically what you do is you look back, you look in the mirror. If you do so, you're probably going to ask questions to your customer like, what kind of problems do you have? What do you want me to solve? What is your complaint? In other words, you're trying to fix things that already happened in the past. It needs to be done, so it's a good question to ask. But feed forward has a lot of advantages. One of the things is that the question will already be different. So you will ask the customer things like, what do you want us to develop for you so you can be happy in the near future? What are your plans? What are your future challenges? So we can adapt to it. Asking these kind of questions will have a huge benefit for you, but also for the customer, because the customer will highly appreciate these questions. Because instead of solving things that happened in the past, you're creating a new future. That's the best thing that you can do with Feed Forward. In my daily practice, I'm talking to a lot of businesses. And a lot of these businesses, they do a lot of feedback. They ask input from their customers. But there are not so many who do Feed Forward. So if you do Feed Forward, you're really gonna crush the competition. Beating the competition with the right hiring process. There's so many talented people out there, but there are also a lot of companies hunting for those talented people. And sometimes you could say it's a war of finding the right talented people. Okay, finding the right people is already one thing. Hiring them is a second one. And honestly, when I look around in my daily practice talking to companies, sometimes I'm flabbergasted how amateuristic sometimes the hiring process is.
Good. Pop it down. Good. Right. The interview. See.
Because they ask questions like, where do you want to be in the next 3 years?
You've got the job. Think of a decision. I'll make it. Good.
It's a nice question, but most people know exactly how to answer it. So it goes much deeper. It's not only the hiring process, it's also the onboarding. What do you give to them? How do you educate them? What kind of training do they get? What is their career plan? Basically, these things are not in order. And if you don't do that, people will not come to your company. But if you do it, you're really going to beat the competition, because you will attract talented people that can go to the battlefield together with you. But you need to have talented people for that. An ending note. We use one question to see if people are really gifted in sales. And we always ask the question, sell me 1 million ping pong balls. The funny thing is, only 3% of the people that we interview come up with the right answer. Look for these kinds of questions. It will have a huge impact on your hiring process.